Everybody, welcome to the show. I'm laughing because you guys' comments are already just hilarious, like hysterical. Okay, so welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Of course, as soon as we start, it's almost like I feel like a conductor. You know, when the conductor stands up and raises his little baton and all the instruments like lift up, that's what my pets do. As soon as I start the show, it's like raise up and chew the paper, chew the bottle cap. Yes. Bark, scritch and scratch. Yes. That's exactly what I want for the start of my show. I'm just going to ignore it for now and see how long it goes. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this highly anticipated, highly requested show. I got no less than 10, maybe 12 different requests for this show. I said, okay, they want to talk about this. So we are going to. First, big shout out to my sponsors. Hope you guys are doing well. I appreciate your ongoing support of the channel. Thank you so much to my March 2021 sponsors. And I hope this show fills your spirit. That is my hope for you, this show. Okay. So why don't we get into it, okay, you guys? I'm clicking. Nope, there we go, boom. Oh, for the love. This is why I don't, just remove it. There we go. Yeah, hey, okay, that's what I want. All right, welcome everybody. Sorry for the rocky start. This, you guys want to talk about this bad. So we are here and we are going to talk about it. So, first and foremost, tonight's topic, narcissism and cheating, the Derrick Jaxn edition. Okay, I'm going to start off just for the folks who have no clue who this is, never heard about him, and possibly never even heard about him until this very moment. Like, who is this? Why would PTE take any time whatsoever to cover this guy? People cheat. Who cares, right? We'll get into the who cares, but let me just give you kind of a high level summary and why all this matters. And then we'll get into my thoughts, okay? So long story short, Derrick Jaxn is and has been probably for at least 10 years now. And those of you who have more details, please drop them in the chat for those who are unfamiliar. Yes. He's been a relationship guru, and I hope you hear the air quotes, for at least the past 10 years now, okay? He is very well known for his takes on men and women, but he tends to actually lend or lean in women's favor. So a huge chunk of his content is not bashing women like many men in his cohort. He actually quite often is on women's side, right? Now, as a result of that, he is not a fan favorite of the other men in his cohort. They call him things like a simp, things of that nature, whatever. So that's kind of like the super high level summary. Okay. Now, as far as my knowledge of him, I remember Derrick from back when I used to be on Facebook still. I really have not gone on Facebook for years, you guys. I'm a lurker. I own that. I confess to that. I do lurk on Facebook from time to time, but I'm not active anymore. But when I was active, I remember Derrick Jaxn from those days. Now, here's the one caveat to this whole entire show. I do not remember why I stopped watching him except for one reason, which I'm going to tell you in a minute. And I think that's important because a lot of you want me to address whether or not he's a narcissist. And the issue for me anyway, is that I don't remember or recall enough of his content to make that assessment. Now, to me, all cheaters are narcs, period. So if he's out here cheating on his wife, and especially in the ways in which it has been described, well, of course, absolutely, you're a narc. But I think people want me to do more of an analysis, like more in depth on his personality and all that. I kind of can't because I can't remember, y'all. And I was sitting here racking my brain like, why did I stop watching this guy except for that one reason? So let me tell you what that one reason is. And it's going to be followed by a major disclaimer. Okay, so don't hang up on me. All right. Don't click off. Don't hang up. Don't unsubscribe. Let me explain myself before you get mad. Okay. The reason I remember that I stopped watching this guy a couple years ago, what was it? 5 years ago, 10 years ago? I don't know. It had to be like 5 years ago, was because he was exposed for having a baby out of wedlock. Now, let me explain. I'm not judging anybody who has babies out of wedlock, okay? I recognize we are in a different time. I am not a prude, okay? And I recognize that that circumstance can happen to anybody. It really can. So that's not why I stopped watching him, because of the baby. It was because leading up to that baby, from what I can remember, all of his content was probably the reason I stopped watching him was probably he was very anti-single mother. And there is a sore spot in my heart about that. And it makes no sense because I'm not a single mother myself. My mom wasn't a single mother. So I don't understand why I have this very unique anger, rage, and passion for those who come down so hard on single mothers, but I do. And I think that might have been it. And so in my mind, and I'll do my best to recall, you guys, I really will. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, here you are condemning single mothers. And again, this is me speculating off my memory, you guys, just memory. Here you are preaching Black family. Here you are preaching, Black women, you need to get it together so you can get married and this and married that, married this and married that. And boom, you had a baby out of wedlock. And I just think I found the hypocrisy so spectacular at the time that I just couldn't do it. Like I couldn't consume any more content. So we had this conversation probably a year ago, but I said, when I cancel people, that's pretty much it. Like if I've canceled a person, that's it. That's why I don't know why people lament cancel culture so bad, because there's nothing you can do about being canceled. If someone cancels you, there's nothing you can do about that. So after he had that baby and exposed himself to be a hypocrite back then, I was just done. And I haven't watched any of his stuff since, you guys, nothing. Also, and this is not important, but it kind of is, but it kind of isn't, but it kind of is. He engages in one of the scammer styles. Now, I'm not calling this man a scammer. Okay, again, I haven't followed up ever since that baby was born. Okay, but he engages in one of the scammer styles, which I will demonstrate later if you guys remind me to, okay? Here, let me just make a note to myself, so hopefully I'll remember. But his delivery, which again shouldn't matter, it shouldn't matter at all, okay? Everyone speaks differently. We all have different deliveries, different styles, different dialects, and things of that nature. So I almost don't want to do scammer styles because I don't want you guys to go out thinking, oh, that person's a scammer just because they speak a certain way. You know what I mean? But I still believe in it, though. I still think it's true. But anyway, that's irrelevant. But he engages in one of the scammer styles, and I don't like it. And so I think that's also one of the reasons I stopped watching. So anyway, so that's the high level, super high level background. If you're just joining, this is a relationship guru, self-proclaimed, very well known in the Black community, very well known on social media. He professes, as you can see on his shirt, that Black men don't cheat, but he just got caught up in a major cheating scandal, cheating on his wife, who apparently nobody knew existed. I didn't know he had a wife because when he had the baby, he didn't say, well, this is my baby by my wife. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a huge scandal. If anyone remembers, please put it in the chat. Okay. So I don't think they were married yet. So I'm assuming it's his wife's baby, but I don't know. I told you, I checked out mentally. I was through. I was like, I can't suffer hypocrites, man. We've had enough of that. Okay. So now that you all have sufficient background on who this guy is, okay, let's take a look at what has happened to cause this whole like firestorm that everyone is like covering it pretty much everywhere. Okay, let's take a look. And the rabbit hole goes even deeper. If you really want an in-depth breakdown of all the details, you'll have to look up, and I'll link it for you later. Look up a YouTuber named Tasha K. Tasha K is the one who actually broke the story. So she has all the details. She spoke to the mistresses, and apparently a third mistress has come out who's pregnant, apparently. Okay. I don't know if any of that's true. This is all alleged. This is just what I'm hearing from social media and the news all day. Okay. So apparently there's more than just the one, and apparently one is pregnant right now. So now why don't we take a look at the actual article? And again, this is primarily for people who really don't know what's going on. I know a lot of you already know this, but we're just catching everybody up so we can all launch from the same page, okay? So if oh, nope, it's me. User error. Let me take you off. Boom, there we go. So this is the New York Post, okay? We're just gonna read this really quick, and then I'm getting to my overall point, guys, okay? So bear with me while we get there, all right? It says, relationship guru Derrick Jaxn exposed for serial cheating on wife, right? And we are going to watch this video together. Not this one. We're actually going to watch the whole video if I can stomach it. I'm going to try. I tried earlier. I couldn't do it. So I'm going to try again just for you guys, just because I care. All right. It says the love doctor got a taste of his own medicine. A relationship guru with 1.3 million Instagram followers has confessed to having multiple affairs after fans uncovered his indiscretions. Derrick Jaxn, Derrick Jaxn, who preaches healthy and healing relationships, took to Instagram Monday to confess in a video in which his wife, Danae Jaxn, also appeared. The truth is Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage, he said to the camera, speaking about himself in third person. Oh my. All of it falls under the category of cheating, affairs, stepping out. The video dubbed cringeworthy by fans has amassed 2.6 million views in one day on Instagram and another 600,000 on YouTube and 500,000 on Facebook. And the reason that is because this guy for years has been preaching healthy relationships, has been telling everyone, in particular Black women, but everyone really, that, you know, it's achievable. This is possible. It's possible to not get cheated on out here. You know what I mean? Look at me. I'm a good black man and I don't cheat. According to Essence, online gossip about Jackson's affairs began appearing in early March. This week, Candace Demedier, oh Lord, have mercy. This week, Candace claimed to have had an affair with him after he allegedly told her that he and his wife were separated. The Daily Mail reports that, oh, come on, guys, D. Medeiros claimed that she and Jaxn texted through the summer of 2020, spent his birthday together, and slept in the bed that he shares with his wife. This is all so typical. This is typical, but we'll get there. Okay. Jaxn gained popularity in 2012. Oh yeah, he's been out since 2012. That's right. After he started a blog about the missteps he made that led him to lose his college sweetheart, Jaxn. After they reconciled, the couple started a family together and has made it a priority to share their relationship online. Jaxn has written several relationship advice books and posts videos encouraging men to step up and treat women right. So here's the other part of this issue, you guys. This is all recent. So the accusations that are coming out about him all took place last year, just last year, meaning fresh, meaning current. Okay. Jaxn originally claimed he and his wife were separated at the time of the affair and posted and deleted a video stating he didn't cheat on her. But in the latest video, while holding hands, Jaxn maintained that his wife was not blindsided by these claims. She had known about them for a while because he confessed and even left Jaxn because of it. Jaxn, it's so confusing with the last names. Jaxn backed him up. There's nothing out there that I don't already know, she said. I agree with people saying there's no justification for bringing other women into our marriage. When I found out about it, I left. I did not come back until I saw a shift or a change in his mentality. She has forgiven him and they have started a new chapter in their relationship guided by their faith. Okay. And you see what I'm saying? That's the other part of the problem. He's been selling books and selling, his whole premise has been healthy relationships, but his wife left him until he had a change in his mentality. So what were you selling all this time if your mentality was still broken? Scammer styles, allegedly. I know I cannot, okay, so this is him talking. I know I cannot build a platform preaching certain things and then in my real life live contrary to that, said Jaxn. Those who are saying, Derrick, I don't ever want to listen to you again, it's totally understandable. Comments weren't so welcome to take his advice in the future. Quote, after all that talking you were doing, you really did your queen like this? I'm done, wrote one former fan. Wow, he sounds like a master manipulator. His manner... His mannerisms are disturbing to watch. I pray this woman has a support system to lift her up and out. End quote. Start quote. She looks like she's under pressure. Several people called out the forced looking hand holding. Okay. So that's kind of the gist, you guys. The whole point is that this man has been selling the idea, the premise, all that of healthy relationships, healthy marriage, healthy family. But as recently as 2020, his wife left him because his mind wasn't right, clearly. And as recently as 2020, he had, where is it? Where'd it go? He was texting another woman, spending his birthday together and sleeping in the bed that he shares with his wife with that woman. Okay. So hopefully we've done an adequate job of fleshing out the picture of what all's going on here. Okay. Now, when you take that and compound that with the reality of this little gaslighting campaign that he engaged in called Black Men Don't Cheat, which also spawned an entire song, you guys. It spawned a song. And I actually went and pulled the lyrics up. So let me get that situated really quick here for you, so we can take a look at the lyrics. This was literally a campaign. Do you remember when I told you there is currently a campaign going on to convince you that There's no such thing as a bad person. There's no such thing as a bad man. And there's especially no such thing as a bad Black man. Do you remember when I told you that? This is all part of that. All of it. Like, how can you, first of all, whoever bought into this campaign, I'm concerned about you because that is such a verifiably false, provably false statement. Like, it's documented, it's lived. Like, people have literally lived the opposite of Black men don't cheat. So to come out and really develop an entire campaign strategy around it and have it work makes me wonder more about the consumers of the campaign than the people who put it out. Because I don't put anything past the people who would push this. You see what I'm saying? But let's take a look at the lyrics of Black Men Don't Cheat, just to really drive home what was taking place here. Okay, so let me see here. How do I? No. Oh, I know. I got to come back over here and click that. Boom. So there is an artist named Lil Duval, and some of you may be familiar with Charlemagne the God, the radio DJ. So they got together. Charlemagne, of all people, shouldn't have been on this. But they got together and took off with the campaign that I do believe Derrick Jaxn actually started this whole thing. I'm not sure, but I believe he's the one who actually started this whole Black men don't cheat thing. Like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Let's take a look at some of the lyrics together, shall we? Just so you can see. All right. Should have grabbed the year that this came out. I think this came out in 2020. Black men don't cheat. Whoa, whoa. I'm speaking my truth now. Whoa, whoa. We're speaking our truth. Whoa, whoa. From a male point of view, Black men stand up. Whoa, whoa. Come on. No matter what they say or what you heard in the streets, everybody knows Black men don't cheat. A lot of TLC, but we don't ever creep. So F what you heard, Black men don't cheat. Whoever's saying otherwise, just lying through their teeth, because everybody knows Black men don't cheat. So next time you out, they try to jam you in the streets, you make sure you tell them Black men don't cheat. Hey, I love my old lady. Good. That's my baby. Good. Think I'm leaving her for you. Be you crazy. Crazy. These chicks will attack. Yay. No matter where you at, I got 2 words for you. Faithful and black. Faithful and black. I know you mad. Yeah. Big mad. Yeah. I'm an honest Black man. You can't put me on blast. Yeah. So screenshot a dude. Yeah. We just gonna laugh. Duval ain't she already know that. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. I got a girl and you not her. Not her. You can try, but have a seat. Have a seat. I'm a Black girl. I'm a Black man, girl. I don't cheat. Oh God, if only this were true. Let's see here. And then it closes out. Oh, wait, no, does it go on? Oh, no, it goes on. Oh, God. So chorus, I'm not going to read the chorus again. Okay, so let's hear Charlemagne's verse. Oh, dear God. Hey, we don't, boys, stop it. I've never heard the song. I refuse to listen to it. So this is my first time even going through the lyrics. Boys, stop. Hey, we don't get around. Yeah. We stay in bounds. Yeah. The rules never change. I can't even do this. The rules never change in or out of town. You might be fit, beautiful and thick, but we fetty wop winking. We don't see oh my God. Wow. This is a certified gaslighting campaign. We happy at home. Hey, no numbers in the phone. Hey, No new friends, baby. You can move along, yay. We ain't getting cursed. Too late. So move with your thirst. If we ain't at work, oh my God, then we probably at church. Was this a joke? Was this satire? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. I got a wife and you not her. You can try, but have a seat. The black man is God and we don't cheat. Oh my God. It's worse than I thought. I'm so glad I didn't read this ahead of time. We read this together. Wow. Who is this designed to convince? Us or yourselves? Who is this designed to actually convince? Is this supposed to convince greater society? Because all results say otherwise, honey. All data, all analysis, all proof speaks to the contrary, honey. Where did they get this from? Wow. So anyway, these are the lyrics to a song called Black Men Don't Cheat, which is a spinoff, I believe, by Derrick Jaxn, with this campaign, with that shirt that he has on there that says Black Men Don't Cheat. I fixed it for him. So now you've got yourself a nice, firm foundation. We got ourselves a relationship guru with a hidden wife who's been preaching about marriage and family and healthy relationships and how to be you and how to be who and all this and that and how not to get cheated on and all this and that. And the whole entire time he's not only just recently got caught cheating, but probably been cheating the whole time. Okay. Now I'm getting to my thoughts. Okay. I haven't begun to comment yet. I'm just setting all this up for you guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Like, how can you make a song and a whole campaign designed around like the entire opposite of the truth? I'm trying to think of a good example using a different race. Give me a second. Let me see. That's like making a whole campaign called White People Don't Sunburn. Now, listen, I know some white people don't sunburn. Y'all can lay out there all day and you'll never burn. I know that. But to come out and say that you just don't, knowing full well that some people do, like, you're like, hey, man, but actually I do sunburn. It's like white people don't sunburn. It's like, but I do. I've lived the experience. Like, I had to get hospitalized once. Well, white people don't sunburn. You see how ridiculous it sounds? Like, you're just going to come out and say this just doesn't happen, even though there's confirmable, verifiable evidence to the contrary. Y'all, we are dealing with two sets of demons. And I think that's going to be my next A Deeper PTE show, that or something else. Let me just write this down. We're dealing with two different sets. And the beauty of what these demons have done is convinced you there's only one set of demons. Okay? They've allowed you to believe that there's only one set. We got two sets rolling, but one set is trying to hide up under the other set. But I see you. I see you. I've seen you. I've always seen you. I've been seeing you. You're about to be exposed. You're being exposed every day, more and more each day. But we'll wait. We'll put all the focus on set number one. That's cool. But set two, you're up next. You know that, right? You can't hide forever. Oh, wow. Look, the phone chimed in and just confirmed right along with us. Thank you, phone. Thank you for the confirmation. Where was I? Okay. We are going to just watch his little apology video together. And then we're also going to watch just a sample of one of his videos. And the only reason I'm doing this is for context, you guys. That's it. I know a lot of you already know all about him, but it's just for the sake of context so I can make my comments, okay? So let me get that pulled up here. We're gonna watch this together and then we're gonna break down and analyze. I'm sure he is loving all this free advertisement, honey. This is nothing but free promo for him. Some people have never heard of him before. He's going to pick up probably at least a cool 100,000 subs as a result of all this. And that's fine. because at the end of the day, many of us have now seen you. And if I could remember, my memory sucks, man. Like, if there's one thing I regret, it's not journaling for real, for real. Like being a person who truly takes a journal. And like a couple years ago, writing about that, like unfollowed Derrick Jaxn today because of blah, 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 you know? But now I can't remember. All I know is I just stopped watching. So we're going to watch his apology video together. And I'm actually, no, well, should I speed it up? See, if I speed it up, it's going to make his scammer style even worse. And I really want you to hear it in its natural form. We'll watch a different one in natural form. I'm going to speed this one up if it'll let me. Let's see. Yep. And if it's too bad, I'll slow it down. Excuse me. If it's too bad, I'll slow it. All right. So let me bring y'all back. So take this off. All right. So this is he and his wife. Look at him sitting there praying for his dear life. Let's watch this together. Captions are on.
What's going on, guys? Derrick Jaxn here. And today I'm joined by my lovely wife, Anna. And we just wanted to address a couple of things. You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. Am I involved? I want to be clear. I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out. Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took. And definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this publicly, not because I'm married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. Then I have to be accountable to my wife, in which we've already had this conversation. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it. But now that it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that for any amount of time or any length of time to any extent and think that I can't be held accountable. You know, the same way that I preach that, men and women in this situation need to face consequences of their actions, deserve to be held accountable. Guess what? Derrick Jaxn is no exemption. He's not exempt from that. I'm also not a victim. Nobody made me do this. She didn't make me or push me to do it. The next person didn't make me. No friend influenced me. Don't matter how I was raised with trauma or whatever. Look, I made decisions. I made a series of decisions. I got to account for it. There's no excuse or justification. I've already made that bet and have had to lie in it. And now we're finally getting on to the other side. Our own healing and our own marital oneness. And now this is being made public to you guys. We're bringing that forth to you guys to let you know where we're at with that. Did you want to say anything?
Yes, so I do want to just add that I agree with what you just said. There is no justification for bringing other women into our marriage on any level. And it was unacceptable. And it's not something that I tolerate or that we tolerate moving forward. And when I've been flooded again with messages, these things, and about, I need to leave, or why haven't I left? And the answer is, when I found out I left, I did not hesitate or decide to do so. And I stayed gone. No matter how many times it came, I stayed gone. And stood firm on I am not coming back. And I did not come back until I see a shift and a change in his mentality and how he carried himself and how he presented himself in conversations that we were able to have that we had never been able to have in just 12 years of knowing each other. We were able to have these dialogues that he said, okay, well, this is something that you've had your hand on. And this was me being completely removed from his life. And him pursuing God, continuing to pursue God, and continuing to eliminate these things that led up to the catastrophe that you guys are seeing for the first time. So there's nothing out there right now that is information that I don't already know about or haven't known about. And so this is not something that is new. We have moved forward from it. We have gotten counsel for it and continue to do so. He is still continuing to pursue God, continuing to seek guidance and wise counsel from men of God is what I needed for the continuation of me being present in this marriage and to stand by his side. So today, where I'm at is at peace, and I'm proudly standing by his side, and I have no hesitation, I have no hurt, no shame about that. And it's only because of the grace of God and the mercy of God. And we have already turned a new chapter in this story. We are continuing to move forward, and we are just now sharing that with you all. And I forgave him, and most importantly, God has first forgiven him, and I also forgive the others as well. And with that, we are free and moving forward. So that's all I have.
And I get it. Some of y'all, like, this may come as a huge shock, probably a huge disappointment. I let a lot of you down. If you've had a perspective shift on who Derrick is, hopefully it's away from anything remotely close to perfection, and it's simply that, I am a human, and that does not justify anything that I did. But I don't want anybody out there to put me on a pedestal. If you did, and I hate that you did that, maybe I gave you a cause for that, and I apologize if I did it. For those who are saying, Derrick, I don't want to ever listen to you again, it's totally understandable. I appreciate you while I had your support, helping me get the message out about healing your relationships. And so many people needed it, myself included. And for those who are going to continue to support me, I appreciate you like never before, because I know it's not going to be easy going forward. It's at least for a while so many things are still fresh and attached to my name. But for everybody out there, if you get nothing else from what I've ever said over the last 9 years or right here in this video, please get this. Nothing is right until it is right with God. Nothing works until it comes into alignment with the biblical standard of how God told us to do things, especially when we're talking about a marital, spiritual covenant. You cannot do this by your own understanding, your own intelligence, your own willpower, your own values. You have to have the grace of God to break free from certain things, to stay away from certain things, to not operate from your lowest self, whatever it may be. And it's because it's really only by God's grace that we're even able to be here on this video, holding hands. Like a year ago, 7-8 months ago, even, I couldn't see this happening. I thought it was over, and I already had begun establishing my relationship with God. But that's the fruit of bringing things in alignment with God. And the mess that's been made, the mess that's now being made public from last year and years past, that's a result of getting out of alignment with doing things God's way. So that's where I stand. That's where we stand. And again, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Okay. Y'all, I know that was kind of quiet. I'm sorry. I actually did try to turn it up in every way, and I couldn't get it to go any louder than that. So I do apologize. I know that was a little quiet, but hopefully you could hear it, and hopefully you could, at minimum, read the captions. And it's literally everywhere.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, Lord. It's literally everywhere on the internet, so you can find it. Okay. So did you all get a glimpse of the scammer style? Now, keep in mind,
So I keep getting tagged in this viral meme with people asking me to message to all the women that follow me. And guys,
keep in mind, I sped it up to shorten it, and also to hopefully keep baby Algo asleep. But anyway, so hopefully you saw a glimpse of the scammer style, though, even sped up, though. Did y'all see it? Someone wrote, using a lot of words and not saying anything. Exactly. That's exactly what his style is. I just haven't named it yet. I was going to call his the relay race, but relay race is a little bit different. This is, I might call him the hot air balloon. You know what I mean? But at least the hot air balloon is going somewhere. Anyway, so that was the apology video. You guys saw it. I find the whole thing very weird. She seems incredibly defeated. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I think it's weird how they're just casually moving past it. Lots of people have brought up that he's trying to promote a book right now. And if that works on you, you kind of sort of deserve to be scammed a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Like, you kind of deserve it a little bit, honey, because it's like, okay, I think it's time for me to get into my thoughts. I was going to show you guys one more example of kind of the videos that he does, but I think you all get it. I found a real good example earlier. Let me just see. Because I just want you to really internalize and get a feel for this type, okay? Because remember, his MO was he was on women's side most of the time. But here's some of his topics. Sorry, I'll let you guys see. When a man knows he's won. When a real man loves you, it looks like this. Ladies, men don't care about your success. 5 signs. Let's look at this one. Let me see.
What's good, y'all? Derrick Jaxn here. So first off, before I even get started, let me just thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for supporting my new, actually forthcoming book, Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other. I truly
I'm going to slow him
it.
down so you can hear the
So
style.
recently I was having a live chat and the topic came up about my reaction to Lisa Bones.
Jesus, boy.
Who was talking about how
that's why I stopped watching. You talk too much.
basically to bring to the table what it is they're asking. And one of those things that she said, you know, women, you can't be asking for a man who got all this.
Okay, here we go.
And you broken, disgusted, and so on and so forth. And there were a lot of dudes who were basically co-signing, saying that's facts, that's truth. I'm glad somebody said it. And what I said was, well, that's highly hypocritical because on one hand, y'all saying that, but on the other hand, you're saying if a woman is successful and all that, you really don't care. At least according to what I've heard and what a lot of other people have heard, some viral videos and all that good stuff, right? Now, since then, there's been some conversation just off of that little piece. And basically the conversation is that Derrick basically said a man is trash if you don't care about a woman's
okay. Got it. Y'all get it. Okay. I can't. It's just too much. He talks too much. That's what it is. I think I'm starting to remember. I think I just couldn't take. And he used to edit his videos. So it would be like, one big run, chop. One big run, chop. One big run, chop. 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 I'm like, I can't. My head is spinning. Oh my God, what are you even talking about? Then he had that baby and I was too through. Okay, so let me finally get into my comments. That was a huge, long setup. Okay, for me to finally get around to making my comments. All right, this is just how I like to do things though, guys. Okay, because a lot of people, for example, are international who watch this channel, so they don't know who this guy is. All right. Now, my comments. First and foremost, I'm just disappointed at how incredibly typical, how very typical. You know, it's not the cheating that's surprising, and it's sad that it's not. I think what bothers me is the typicality of all the circumstances. So some of the circumstances are him telling the girl him and his wife are going through problems and breaking up. God, that's so typical. Typical of him smuggling another woman into his house, his marital home. That's typical. That's typical. That's not abnormal. That's not shocking. I'm sure there's some young people or people who haven't been exposed to much who hear that and they're like, oh, he had her in his house, in his home, in their bed. And honey, there's so many of us like, yeah, that sounds about right. It's typical. Wife goes out of town on a business trip, smuggle the mistress in. Wife just at work for the day, smuggle the mistress over. And we'll talk about the mistress too. We'll get on them in a second, right? Quite typical though. That's such a typical approach in delivery. Text is the best thing that ever happened to guys like these. Best thing that ever happened. Plausible deniability, 2 different phones, best thing that ever happened. Okay. So super typical, right? And I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that there is a slight possibility that they may have actually been separated and broken up, but separated and broken up is not divorced. And he did a whole video responding to some woman who reached out to him saying, can I see other people now that I'm separated? And he said, no, you're still divorced and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you are still in the covenant and still in the sanctity and this, that, and the third, but you were out here getting outside. You were getting outside strange in your own bed and you weren't even divorced yet. Your wife probably just out of town, probably just visiting her family out of town. Okay. So quite typical, pretty pathetic, but to any of my younger listeners, 21 and younger, 25 and younger, any man who tells you he's in the, wow, I guess the angels is just agreeing tonight. Let me turn all these alarms off. Hold on. Why do I have so many alarms set? There we go. Boom. Okay, we should be good. Any man who tells you he's in the process of breaking up, you say to him, well, get back to me when that process has completed. All right? That's what I want you to do. Any man who tells you I'm in the process of breaking up with my wife, my woman, my girlfriend, my baby mama, whoever, say, well, get back to me when that process has concluded. Okay? And if he's married, what you need to request to see are the signed divorce papers. And I don't know if divorce records are public record. Are divorces public record? I don't think they are. I think you can pay for those records though. It might be worth the fee. At any rate, what you want is a complete dissolution. You want the ink to be dry. You want the houses to be moved out of and sold. You hear me? Moved out of and sold. Okay? This is what you want. You don't want all these gray areas, questionable circumstances. Are they back together? Are they not? Are they going back and forth like a seesaw, like so many couples like to do? Ink dry, houses sold, and I would force a grace period on him too. 6 months to 1 year. Why? Because he just left his wife. Chances are they're going to get back together. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of life to break up. And people are very cozy and comfortable and tend to want to go back to what's familiar, not necessarily what's best for them. So you need to put a grace period on them too. Say, oh, give me that. Let me see what you got here. Look at that. These are your divorce papers. Wow, you really did it. Oh, notarized. Wow. You really went through with it. It's like, yep, I'm a free man. Like, what about the house? What? The house? Oh, well, we got a real estate agent coming out tomorrow and they're going to take a look and take pictures and put it up. Oh, so it's not sold yet? Well, no. I mean, but it'll be sold in like a week. It's a really great property, lots of interest. I'm like, oh, okay, well, here's your divorce papers back. And give me a call when you sell the house. Okay? A couple weeks goes by, gives you a call. Hey, I sold the house. Oh, scan the paperwork and let me see. And once you get your scanned sale document, say, well, this all looks great. This all is quite lovely. I think you're a very interesting man. I think you're a very attractive man. I'm going to go ahead and put you on a 9-month grace period. And if you actually have not reconciled with your wife or gone and set up some new relationship in this 9-month period, you and I can start dating. How you like that? Does that work for you? No? Okay, well, I'm just going to shred your little paperwork here. And thanks for applying. And I'm so serious, ladies. I'm serious. Like, men like these thrive off the mess. They thrive off of the gray area, right? And I'm convinced a lot of times they're really not having any problems at all in their relationship. They're fine. The wife is clueless. Like, I hate to say it about this lady because she's going through something so publicly, but she looks relatively clueless to me. She looks like she'll believe anything that he would say. And the thing about people who talk like this, let me do this. I'm going to mute him, but I'm going to let the video play because I want you to just kind of see what I'm trying to say here. Okay. The thing about people who talk like this.
Care about a woman's success
or
whatever, something
God.
to that nature.
Mute.
Let me just say this.
The thing about people who talk like this is it's very hypnotizing. It's hypnotizing. Like, if you're sitting there and someone is just talking, power pushing words, popping their peas, popping, spit's getting on your eye. A little bit of spit just hit you right between your eyeballs, right on your forehead. Pow. Now you're focused on that. He's still going. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't taken a breath yet. Like, it's hypnotizing, guys. And could you imagine living with that day in and day out? Well, the ideal solution for a man is to get together with his woman, provide a house and build for her and everything. And you're saying, I'm going to cover you, you know what I'm saying? And I stepped out and everything. And, I made a mistake because I'm only human, you know what I'm saying? And humans make mistakes and everything. But, when a human makes mistakes, the human has to build himself back up and get aligned with Christ. And once you get aligned with Christ and get in the right alignment with Christ and then build yourself back up, and then you're saying, and then we have a stronger marriage and we go on from there. I mean, what if everybody gave up after everyone cheated? You know what I'm saying? What if everyone broke up after everyone cheated 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times? We wouldn't have any strong black families. We wouldn't have any black families at all. And by the time he's done, you're just like, okay. Okay, honey. Okay. You feel me? Yeah, I feel you. All right. So we good? We're good. Are we done? Can I go now? They'll talk you to death. I'm telling you, this is a form of hypnosis. Okay. So anyway, so there's that. It's quite typical. I kind of skipped ahead a little bit, but I was saying, ladies, just don't involve yourself with anyone who the ink is not dry and the houses aren't sold. Okay. That's the easiest way to stay out of these situations. Now, you women who go into it head first and voluntarily, you are the problem, because these men would not be able to operate without women like you. Now, the women who are truly blindsided and clueless, what you have to do is just set your circumstances a little bit different. Meaning, I'm not going to involve myself with anyone who's still married. I don't care if they've been living apart for 3 years. Married is married still. Get divorced, sell the house, move on with your life, and then we can date. And yes, you need to see the paperwork. And if he finds that too invasive, well, think about it. This is someone who's talking about dating you and being in your life and possibly marrying you. So it's invasive for me to ask to see your divorce paperwork? It's not. So this is how we keep ourselves from being blindsided. But you ladies who walk into it head first, you're a cancer. You're a problem, because you allow these men a safe place to lay their heads versus being thrown out the moment they're discovered. And I'm not saying that some of these men aren't incredible actors, because some of them are incredible actors. Some of them are very good liars. Some of them have more than one house. Some of them have more than one phone. Some of them, some of them have so much plausible deniability, it's insane. So I'm not saying that you can't be taken in by a con artist. What I'm saying is, as soon as you discover the con, you have to end it. You have to. This is the only way. Okay, I can't watch him run his mouth anymore. Let me get him off the screen. Hold on. It's just too much. It's just always going, like it's always moving. It's not so much that you got taken in by the con. If you were conned, it's that you didn't throw the con artist away as soon as you discovered the con. That's the problem. Okay. But we're not focused on that too heavily this evening, because the primary issue is you are married, sir. You're married. You built your whole platform around marriage and family and healthy relationships. And I think the problem is, here's also what I think people are trying to say. If he had positioned himself all this time as someone who is still struggling with cheating, someone who still cheats on his wife, write a book about that, how I'm dealing with my cheating issues. I think people would have a little bit more sympathy than you coming out making it look like essentially like you're perfect, kind of. And low dog, dirty dog in it too. You got her all up in your house, all up in your wife's bed. According to what I've seen on social media, allegedly, a lot of it was unprotected. So you're out here engaging in unprotected adult action with other women, coming home to your wife and probably doing the exact same thing. See, men a lot of times don't think about that. And I really think it's because they don't, can I even say this word on YouTube? They don't have female genitalia. And so what I mean by that is you are not a bucket. You are a pole. So you don't really care about your pole as much as we care about our bucket. We are buckets. Our wombs are buckets. The organ leading to our womb is a bucket. It is a receptacle. It's a holder of things. So when you go out and you dip your pole into someone else's bucket, you're bringing whatever she has in her bucket into our bucket. That's how we look at it. See, you look at your little mess as a pole that can be rinsed off. And yeah, a pole is way easier to clean than a bucket. Sometimes you got to scrub a bucket to really get it clean. You can rinse a pole off. So we are always concerned about what we are allowing into our bodies. So when y'all are out here dipping your poles into all these different buckets and coming home and putting it in ours for our bucket to incubate, you don't look at it like that, because you really don't see us as human. That's part of the problem, but that's a different show. You don't see us as real people because we're not men. So you don't see us as real because we're not men. But anyway, so there's that. On the basis of the whole cheating, the cheating scandal, this whole push, him bringing God into it. Why are y'all always bringing God into this? Why? Leave the Lord out of this, okay? Please. Like, please, okay? Like you're really messing the brand up, okay? Leave the Lord out of this, okay? Because the Lord is supposed to bring about gradual change over time, okay? You shouldn't be struggling with something for 20 years. I'm serious. Like, there's supposed to be some sort of gradual change when you really are walking with the Lord. But for you to still be wrestling with this, you like it. Just admit that. Leave the Lord out of this, can you? But anyway, on the basis of the cheating itself, in my opinion, of course, he would qualify as a narcissist, right? A bad one too, bringing her into your house. Like that's low. That's so disrespectful. That's disrespectful for so many reasons. You know what I mean? But to answer everyone's question who wanted me to analyze that, is he a narc? On the basis of him bringing another woman into his house and marital bed and cheating and covering it up and continuing to position himself as a relationship expert, yes. But without further examining his videos, and especially the ones from back in the day, to remind myself why I felt the way about him that I did, I cannot fully answer that question, y'all. But all signs are pointing to yes. All signs are pointing to yes. I feel like, God, there was something else. Wasn't there like some huge scandal with like him and t-shirts or something like that? There was something else, you guys, that I just cannot remember. And it's bugging me because I know that that's what it is. There was one big thing, and I don't think it was just the baby. I think it was something else that made me go, okay. I'm going to close on this thought, and then I'm going to take some of your comments. To all the ladies, and really anyone really, but obviously this hits a little harder for ladies, this particular situation. I hope one day you find it in your heart to develop a zero tolerance policy for cheating. And when I say it to you in the way that I'm getting ready to say it to you, I think it'll make sense. But if I tolerated cheating, I would probably be married today. I'll say it one more time for the people who just got here. If I tolerated cheating in my relationships, I would probably be married today. I believe part of the reason I'm not married is because most of my exes got dumped behind something cheating related. I don't tolerate it. But a lot of the ladies that I do know who are married do tolerate cheating. And it almost seems like it's an expectation, especially in the Black community. I don't know so much about the white community, but in the Black community, it feels like what they're saying to us, the women, is if you expect to be married to a Black man, you need to accept the fact that he is going to step out from time to time. And if you want to be a real woman and a real wife, you'll hold it down. You won't go all crazy when he cheats on you. And you'll just chill and let a man be a man. And you'll be married for the rest of your life. And if you were to go talk to your grandmothers, your mothers, your aunts, some of your sisters who are old enough and could actually who are married and could actually get them to tell you the truth, I guarantee you all of them would say they've all been cheated on, every single one of them. Every single one of them. And I could promise you some of you have siblings you don't know about. So with that said, if the expectation as a Black woman is that I am to tolerate cheating out of my Black man, I will happily and gladly and readily accept a life of singlehood over that. Because I don't want to live with someone who is a Decepticon. I don't want to live with an active liar. Oh my God, like that's the scariest part to me. The cheating is one thing all by itself. But I think what bothers women the most and what scares us the most is that you came home last night, you sat down at the dinner table with me, you looked me in my eyes, we swapped stories. Like, We ate food. We watched our favorite TV show. We went and had adult fun time after all that. You know what I'm saying? We cuddled, we spooned. And little did she know, just a few hours later, you just got through ramming some other chick in her apartment, ramming her, like blowing her back out, and came home and sat and had dinner with me as if it was nothing. That's frightening. That's scary, because it really makes you wonder, who are you for real? What else are you hiding? What else are you lying about? How many women are there? Do you use protection all the time with these women? And we know some viruses hop protection. So then you have that added layer to deal with. It's just disgusting. It's nasty. From a germophobic standpoint, it's disgusting. It's gross. So, and in many ways, like I've said on this channel before, narcissists will casually try to kill you. That to me is a form of a casual kill. If you will expose your body to another woman, an outside woman, you don't know where she is, what she's doing on a day-to-day basis, who she's with, you'll expose yourself openly and willingly to her, pack it up, wrap it up, bring it home, unpack it and unwrap it, and then expose me. Like, that's scary. Like, that's a casual kill, because you don't know what she has that you could possibly be bringing home to that woman. So you've already demonstrated a total lack of regard for her health and safety. You're a dangerous person as far as I'm concerned. You're dangerous. You're just on the lower end. You're starting off on the lower end of the sliding scale, but you're sliding your way up. So it's the living with a Decepticon that's bothersome, a liar, an active liar, an actor, living with an actor, someone who's willing to lie to your face, someone who's maintaining something else. So they're never really 100% themselves at home, because they're always like, if their phone beeps, they jump because they're not too sure who it is. They hope it's not her, but it could be, you know, or, uh-oh, did I leave the phone unlocked? Or, uh-oh, did I get that perfume smell off my jacket? Like, it's too much. It's too much. So as opposed to manage your shadow side, I would just rather not deal with you at all. And I really do believe if I was more willing to tolerate cheating, more open to cheating, more forgiving of cheating, oh, I'd be married right now. I'd probably be married to my high school boyfriend. But as soon as he showed himself to be a pathological cheater, I was out. And it was hard and it was heartbreaking to end that relationship. That was tough, because I thought we were going all the way. I really did. But he has a problem. Excuse me. Still, even to this day, he's got a problem. And I just wasn't going to deal with it. And he got married after me and has subsequently gotten divorced. Why? Because he was cheating, got a cheating problem. So I dodged the bullet, passed it off to sis. Sorry, sis. She married him, got cheated on. So is this the story? Is this going to be the story for the next 30, 40, 50 years? We can't ever get it right. I can't tell you how disappointed I am anytime I hear of a Black celebrity couple going through some stupid cheating scandal. It's so silly to me. And you know why cheating is so silly to me? And maybe it's just how I operate. But when I've been in love, I literally only want to see that person. Like, I don't get it. It's so strange to me. So one of my responses has always been, in my mind anyway, they don't really love that person. You don't. And I know people would argue with me and debate me on that and everything. But if you are cheating on the person that you're with, you don't love them. You don't know what love is. That's like me wanting a different pet. So I have 3 pets, 2 cats and a dog. Oh yeah, I leaned all the way in, honey. That's like me saying, I really would like a different set of cats and a different dog tomorrow. I'm bored with these. I want to try out a different puppy. I want to try out some different kittens tomorrow. I'm bored with mine. Oh, but I love them. Yeah, I love mine. Oh, yeah, I love my pets. I just want to go play with some different pets tomorrow because I'm just bored, just tired of the same old pets every day. No, like if I had it my way, I would have my pets every single day for the rest of my life. And I would never trade them out. I would never swap them out. I would keep these exact three for the rest of my life because I love them. Fuck. Like, and it's been the same way with any man I've ever loved. If I love you, I don't want to see anybody else. I don't want to be around anyone else. Any other man is what I mean. I'm not attracted to any other man. I'm not drawn to any other man. I want to see you. I want you to come over. I want to talk to you. I want to hang out with you because I love you. Some of my exes, if they weren't such assholes, I would actually give them another shot. But they've all ruined it. They've ruined themselves. But my point in saying that is I still love them. I still have love for them because to me, if you love someone once, like it's not something that goes away. And that's how I know y'all don't really be loving people for real because love doesn't go away. Love doesn't end. Love changes maybe, maybe it dials up or dials down. But if you really love someone or something for real, you never actually stop. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm going to get a new puppy tomorrow because I'm just kind of bored with mine. Oh, yeah, but I love her, though. I love her and everything. I'm just kind of bored. Want a new puppy tomorrow. Or for those of you who have children, yeah, I love my son, love my daughter. They're awesome. But I think I just want a different son and daughter tomorrow. Just want to try some new ones, just bored, switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, ladies, I really hope you grow less tolerant of cheating. I know you don't always know. I know you don't always have proof. But once you have solid proof, you really need to think about what all that means. It means you live with a liar. It means you live with someone who's probably comfortably, actively exposing you to anything, really. Someone who's probably funneling at least some of your money out of the house. Cheating isn't cheap, and it typically isn't free. So some of your house money is getting funneled out the door to some other interest. Ooh, you want me to see red, then see black, then see blue? Funnel some of the money out of this house to another interest. Boy, see, all of this is knowing thyself. Know thyself and know whether or not you should even run the risk of somebody funneling money out of your house to some other feminine interest. All right. And with that, we are going to take ourselves a quick little break. And then I'm going to do an after show to just grab just a few of your comments and just get a feel for how you guys are thinking and feeling about all this. So yeah, so sit tight. The music isn't long enough really to cover an adequate after show transition. So if the music goes quiet for a few seconds, I'll be right back. Okay. Mods, just let everyone know I'll be right back. All right, guys, sit tight and we're going into after show. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm back. Welcome, welcome. You know what the name of this song is? It's actually called Goofy Clown. And I said, oh, that's it. All right. So, welcome to After Show, everybody. We're in After Show mode where I just go through a few of your comments, the ones that I can see, and then we get out of here. So, I'm glad that you guys are here. A lot of you really, really, really wanted to talk about this. So, we're here and we're talking about it. So sad. I think it's so sad that we just can't get it together. I've said this before, I personally just don't believe relationships are that hard. What's hard? Don't you like them? Do they like you? Do you love them? Do they love you? Okay, then what's hard? What's so challenging about that? Personally, I think it's because people keep trying to live together. Now, that's just my opinion. Entirely separate show, but I do think more relationships would actually stay healthy and stay together if people had more of their own personal space. All right. Yes. Okay. So this is what I remember. So another scandal that broke regarding him is there was another content creator named Angel, I believe, who came out with a style of t-shirt. And then Derrick Jaxn allegedly copied that style. And then when Angel called him out on it, Derrick went into full meltdown, didn't he? Angel Ramirez Jordan's t-shirt designs. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. Wow, so much time has passed. That's crazy. I remember that now. And then he went into full meltdown mode regarding that. Something. Boy, I hope I don't ever get called up on a stand, because I'm just going to look at the judge and say, Your Honor, listen, I don't know if I'm the best material witness for this case. And they'll say, well, you were there, ma'am. Yeah, I was. But, my brain seems to just actively just divorce itself from the past. After a couple of years have passed, it's like, all right, flush. A friend of mine sent me a picture the other day of us from 15 years ago. And I couldn't get over the fact that I could not remember the outfit that I had on. And it actually really bothered me because, you'll look at an old picture and go, oh, I remember that shirt. I remember those pants. I remember those shoes. I looked at the whole outfit and I was like, I have no idea where that outfit came from. I don't remember it at all. And that bothers me. I don't like that, y'all. I don't like it. I mean, because clearly it was me. Clearly I was there, but no recollection of that outfit at all. So weird. Does that mean I'm getting old? I hope not. Let's see. Are we going to call it a dipstick? Is that what we're going to call it? I like that. Dipstick. Dip. I can't do it. Wow. Dip sticks and buckets. Okay. I agree 100%. And part of the brainwashing that's going along with this particular campaign is that being single is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. But my rebuttal to that is being single is the only thing that's ever happened to you. Even if you were born as part of a twin set or a triplet set or multiple births, you were still, with the exception of twins who were born conjoined, you were still born alone. So being single is all you ever really have been. Even if you're married, you're technically still single because you are a self-contained unit. So single is all you ever are, and single is all you ever will be. And most of us will be graced with other people in our lives, some for a short period, others for long periods of time. But being single is not the worst thing to ever happen to you. The worst thing that ever happened to you is to permanently join yourself to someone toxic. That's the worst thing that can ever happen to you. Because at least when you're single, if things are going wrong, you can blame yourself. And if things are going right, you can give yourself credit. But there is nothing quite like things going wrong in your life due to someone else. Nothing quite like that. Nothing quite as restrictive as your life not going well because of someone else who's in it. I'm telling you, this is what they don't want us to know, man. Let's see. We shouldn't be tolerating cheating. It says in agreement, we shouldn't be tolerating cheating. Better off on your own, I'm telling you. And you'll be shamed for that. They'll shame women. You know, they have all kinds of tropes, but they refuse to accept their role and how so many women have come to a place of, oh, no, I don't want to date anybody. And then the first thing you get accused of is, can I say this on YouTube? No, I don't think I can say that. Let's see. The first thing you're accused of is also liking women, right? But just like we discussed on a couple of live streams ago, they can't accept the fact that you would choose nothingness over their presence. So they have to make it something like, okay, well, then you must like girls. No, I don't. I actually like men. Okay, well, then you must have somebody else. No, I don't. I don't have anyone else on the rotation. It was just you. Well, I don't believe you. I don't know who you got in your back corner, but y'all have a good time, have fun. And it's like, wow, you really can't accept that I reject this behavior and you with it. You can't accept that. There has to be a reason outside of them. Has to be a reason. You see? See? It says, I've shared with other women that I don't tolerate cheating. After the first time I'm done, they thought that was wild because people make mistakes. SMH. You see how the self lies? Well, everybody makes mistakes. Well, men gonna be men. You know, well, maybe I wasn't living up to my bargain as a woman. And if nothing else, the only people who probably don't know this are younger women. But if nothing else, women should know by now that you can literally check off all the boxes, all of them, everything that they claim that they want. You can check them all off and still get cheated on. Beyonce got cheated on. Halle Berry got cheated on. Who else got cheated on recently? I think the better question is, who hasn't gotten cheated on? Jesus. Trying to think. Who hasn't gotten cheated on? I'll get back to you. But I think pretty much every major female celebrity I can think of, all eligible to be cheated on. Now you're rich, famous, beautiful, gorgeous, perfect body. They probably don't cook, but they probably can hire chefs and probably do hire chefs. So food is not an issue. Clean house shouldn't be an issue if you got somebody coming to clean it for you. That's a whole nother topic. Oh God, I have so much to say about that stuff. Oh, I have so much to say. That's a whole nother topic. But my point is, here's a woman who's everything you claim that you want her to be: feminine, soft-spoken, beautiful, talented, you know what I mean? Popular, pretty, famous, still getting cheated on. Cheated on. Then you take a woman who's kind of frumpy and kind of, neutral, if you will, average. She gets cheated on. So the baddie gets cheated on, the average chick gets cheated on, and everyone in between gets cheated on. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to prevent it. The only thing you can do to prevent forest fires is to not participate in them when you discover that you're in a forest fire. Run out of the woods. That's the only thing that you can do. And again, a lot of them are great actors and liars. A lot of them are. But the thing about acting and lying is that you have to keep it up, and it's impossible because it takes a lot of energy. Let's see here. It says, I know some people worry about cheating because they do it if the chance came. Right. So they project. They project onto you. Like, for example, when I give people the example of married couples living separately, the first place a lot of people's mind goes to is, well, what about cheating? And it's like, I actually wasn't thinking about cheating. For all I care, my husband could put a hidden camera on me. Now, I wouldn't want that, but he could. What's up, Poodle? What you got? We'll go out in a second, okay? My point is, if he called himself installing a little hidden camera, all you're going to see is just your goofy wife being her goofy self. Like, you're going to see me dancing around the house, singing, like breaking into a flash mob in the living room. You're going to see me laughing hysterically randomly for no reason. Well, you think no reason, but trust me, something's got me laughing real hard, right? Like you're going to see me taking a nap. So my point is their first thought goes to cheating and my first thought goes to peace. So you see how very different we are? Hey, babe, you want to live in a duplex townhouse? You take one side, I take mine. If he's like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. See, that might be my kind of man. That might be hubby right there. But if his first thought is, what about cheating? Well, okay, your mind's in the wrong place. If your first thought is what about cheating in a scenario like that, that means it's on your mind constantly. It's always a concern. It's always a fear. I feel like this is one way women get so mentally and emotionally broken down in these relationships. It says they could easily marry thoughts that would agree to sharing from the outset, but that ain't what they want. It's not. And the women who agree to that and pretend to be like so super open, they're like, oh yeah, we're in an open relationship, we're poly, we're this, we're that, whatever. Listen, do you? I'm not judging. It's just my personal opinion that they're so destroyed inside. Because I feel like nothing can hurt more than your husband constantly in your face talking about, what about her? And you're like, yeah, she's pretty. Well, go talk to her. Babe, go talk to her. Like you're always recruiting. You always got some other female in your bed with you and your husband. Like that's got to destroy you over time. I'm sorry. That's got to break you down over time, that some nights he doesn't just look at you and go, I just want you. Come here. You know what I mean? Or you're like, hey, babe, it's your birthday. You want to go find somebody? He's like, no, babe, I think I just want you. No, it's never that. It's always, yeah. Come on, let's go. Let's go to the bar. Let's see if we can find somebody. Open a Tinder account, babe. Yeah, open a Tinder. Oh, she's hot. Oh, she's hot. Oh, she's hot. Oh, do you like her? She's real cute. She kind of looks like you. Do you like her? Could you see yourself with her? No? All right, let's left swipe on her. Like, boy, bye. People creep me out, man. I'm creeped out 90% of the time. Betrayal is like war. It's calling for war. It's a war declaration. It's a declaration of war. Absolutely. Yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. You go out there, you do all this and that, and then you come back home and put your mouth on the orange juice. That's horrifying. See, being a germaphobe comes in handy sometimes, man, because it applies to things like cheating. Like you out here, you got your mouth everywhere, and then you come home and put it on the orange juice, or God forbid, kiss our kids. Now, see, that might make me take you out of here. That would probably make me take you out of here. It's not going to be pretty. War has been declared. But if I find out you've been out here and your mouth has been all over the place, and then you come home and kiss my child, that's it. Blackout. Night. Okay, let me move on. Exactly. But this is what I'm talking about, though. Like there are all kinds of non-blockable viruses out here that are spread in many different ways, but they don't ever think about that. They don't care. Y'all, I'm convinced a lot of them really don't care about like dying or anything. I'm so convinced. Like, and I'm not talking about all men, obviously. I'm talking about men like Derrick Jaxn, men who cheat. There we go. There's my category. The men who cheat actively, cheat recklessly, sleep with anybody and everything. I'm convinced they actually really don't care about dying, you guys. I really don't think they do. And then when they do this and then they don't die, it only makes it worse. So if you've been hoeing for like 20 years unprotected and you're still not dead and no one that you've been messing with is dead, either the people are lying about all these diseases or you don't care about dying and you've just been getting lucky. It's one of the two. Yeah, hello. It's the germs and the soul ties for me. Exactly. Thank you. I don't know where I saw this. I saw this somewhere the other day, so I can't give proper credit. It was on YouTube, I think. And the girl was saying that before you involve yourself in a relationship, like with a new man, whatever, that you're seriously dating, that he needs to rectify and atone for anything negative he did to any woman before you. Because if he doesn't, the karma from those actions are going to carry over into your relationship. Even if he has nothing to do with her at all, he doesn't talk to her, they have zero dealings with each other. If he doesn't make it karmically correct, even if it's just an apology, texting her, calling her up and saying, I know you hate me. I know you don't want to ever speak to me again. I don't want anything. I just wanted to apologize and acknowledge what I did wrong to you. It's thundering. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm going to get off here soon, just in case we lose power. But to acknowledge the wrong, try to make it right, try to rectify it, and make things right with her before he moves on with you. Ladies, before you accept any engagements, you need to look him in his eye and say, if you've broken any hearts before you met me, you need to fix that. Rectify it, make it right. I don't care if she cusses you out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if she screams at you. I don't care if she has a new man and he said, don't ever call this phone again. The fact that you at least tried to make it right with her is good enough, I think. But those soul ties are serious, and that karmic balance is serious. He's got to pay off that karmic balance before he comes into a relationship with you. Okay? Let's see. I'm telling you, they overdid it. There's so many women now who are content alone, guys, and can't be convinced to come back out. Like, y'all messed up. You push too hard. You always do, though. You always take it too far. And y'all pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed with this little campaign that's been going on since at least 2001. And it has backfired on you in ways that you can't even begin to imagine. Because see, your MRAs, your MGTOWs, the guys in those groups, honestly, y'all, the right woman, they would come home immediately. Like, they would drop the act because they're angry because they're not getting what they want from women. Women are angry as a result of how men are actually treating them. We have two totally different motivations going. Those groups are angry because they're not getting what they believe they're entitled to from women. Women are upset because, God, how much time do you have? Like, we've been treated like trash. And so women have withdrawn, which makes the other group even angrier because now they're getting even less from women than they were getting before. And it's only going to keep capping out in the ways that we've seen here in the news recently. It's all misguided thought. This whole thing is a thought process gone wrong, is what it is. And it's fortified daily. And nobody sees it as the public health threat that it is yet. But I'm going to help you see it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I've heard of this. It says narc husbands blame the woman for the STDs and accuse the wife of cheating. Yep. She's perfectly healthy. She knows she's not seeing anyone else. And then all of a sudden she's turning up with different various situations. And it's like, well, where did this come from? I've only been with you. See, men don't think they can be carriers. They don't believe they're carriers because their dipsticks can be wiped off and rinsed off. A little splash in the sink and that's it. It's not sufficient, by the way, but a little splash in the sink and that's it. And this is the scary part. It says very dangerous, double lives, and can look you in your face and lie effortlessly. That should be what scares you, because the things that can be getting hidden from you are extensive. Like, oh man. Oh yeah, let's not get on this. Let's not get on the miscellaneous babies. Let's not get on that. That right there blows my mind. Like, I just don't understand the careless passing out of your DNA. Like you don't guard it like it's precious. Like you don't care who carries your DNA. You don't care who it mixes down with. You don't care about 30 years from now when your kid discovers their new sibling. You don't care about any of that. Not new sibling, other sibling. You don't care about any of that. None of that has any impact. And that is the emptiness that should frighten you all. That's why I like to play that scary music in front of our boogeyman stuff, because I want that silent scream reinstalled in your mind and your heart. Because the fact that someone can deal with you and have something else going on entirely, and you're responding to them based on how they deal with you, and you wouldn't respond to them that way otherwise. If you knew the truth, like chills, it sends chills down my spine. Just going through your comments still. Wow. It says, my grand uncle is the patriarch of his family. Once at court, a bunch of different families showed up. They were all his other families. One of my uncles almost got into a fist fight with his half siblings, you see? And y'all, this is worse than you think. If I could give you all just a piece of wisdom, if you haven't already, and you suspect that you might have a family similar to this situation here on your screen, do not, and I repeat, do not purchase, take, send back, and await ancestry DNA. And that's all I'm going to say. Don't do it, y'all. If you have a happy family, now, if your family is already kind of messy and you wouldn't really care, like having something new pop up on you, go for it. But if you think you have a relatively sound, intact, what's the word? Abnormal family. Abnormal meaning, oh, we don't deal with problems like that. Our family got good sense. You know, the men in my family didn't do that kind of stuff. Black men don't cheat. Remember? If you think that, and you think it would be cute and fun to try to trace your genetic origins, I'm telling you, don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. And that's your warning. That's the one and only warning I'm ever going to give you. Let's see. And this is what makes it so sad, too. It says, I agree, not many strong Black families as it is. You know, as a Black woman, and therefore a subsequent member of the Black community, it's sad for us because it's like, we see how much cheating and deception and dishonesty literally contributes to the destruction, not only of our own families, but of the community as a whole. Like, it has heavy, heavy consequences associated with it. It's not some light thing. It's not like everyone in the community has a gambling problem, which would be a problem. Don't get me wrong. You know, we all got strong families. We just all got gambling problems. You know what I mean? But, you know, the families are sound. Mom and dad love each other, or however their families are structured, you know, love each other. The kids are happy and healthy. No one's cheating. No one's lying. We're building the family. We're investing in the family, really kind of building like a solid foundation for the future generations. No, you can't build a solid foundation when you have the parental units, one or both are liabilities. And cheating is a liability of the highest order. It's one of the highest order liabilities. Cheating is. You used to be able to, wait, what was I about to say? What was I thinking? And then it slipped. Can't you, like, in some states and jurisdictions, sue the mistress or the male version of a mistress? Can't you sue that person for like violation of something? I can't remember what it is. Because if you think about it, guys, in many ways, it's kind of like a violation of a business contract. I hate to think of marriage like that, but it kind of is. It's like we're agreeing to share resources with only each other. One of those resources being our bodies. We're agreeing to be honest with each other. We're agreeing not to have any other business partners in this relationship. It's you and I. That's the agreement we're making. Boom, sign on the dotted line, said our I do's, done. Then a couple months, weeks, years later, you come to find out that basically they've not only had another business partner, but been running an entirely different business on the side, which is a conflict of interests in the business world. You see, especially if you're taking money from our business and contributing money from our business into this other. Let's move on. Black and blue. Red, black, and blue will be the flag flying at my house. Let's see here. You can't have multiple interests, multiple business interests without declaring them up front. So basically, some of you have had this experience where you go to apply for a job and they ask you on the application, do you have any affiliations with like this company, this interest, that interest? Because they're trying to make sure there's no conflict of interest. And if there are some, sometimes they let you keep it, but you just have to declare it up front. You can't hide it and then have it come out later. That's how business works. So it's the same with marriage. You got to declare that. Like, oh yeah, I'd love to marry you, but I do have the side chick over here. You cool with her? Is that cool? Can I keep her or do I need to drop her? It's like, why don't you marry her? By the way, I've done a whole video on this. It's called How the Narcissistic Male Views Marriage. I would love for you guys to check it out either for the first time or check it out again, because I'm trying to get that video to 1 million views because I have something very, very special I want to do when it hits 1 million views. And it's currently at about 670 something thousand. So I would love to push that video to 1 million because I have something very special to do to commemorate that. But it's called How the Narcissistic Male Views Marriage. I'll link it for you after the show. But in that video, I basically said that, you know, the wife to a narcissistic male is like a business partner and his real like girlfriend is the side chick. And I know that hurts to hear. And it's not saying that you're doing anything wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. What has taken place is he placed you in that role. He hired you for a role. You just didn't know it at the time. So you're not more or less of a woman because you got placed in that role. That's just the role he put you in. It's like if there was a cattle call and you were the first one up, like, hey, you want to be my wife? It's like, oh, okay, sure. Great. You're my wife. And in his mind, a wife is not the person you love. A wife is just the person you kind of like keep there. It's so hard to explain. The one you love is the mistress, the one you sneak out for, the one you run around for, the one you give secret gifts to. That's the one you actually love. Your wife is like the house manager. There's a great way to put it. She's a house manager to you. You wanted someone to manage your house. You wanted someone to manage your house long term. You wanted children, but you didn't really want to raise them. So your house manager raises your kids for you. And it actually works out brilliantly as long as she doesn't know she's the house manager. And if she's a happy house manager, then you're good to go. She'll never know. But most of you are terrible toward your house managers. So let's see here. We're only going to do a few more, then we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you all for coming. It's like, the house manager is like a convenience. It says, no, they don't love you. You're just convenient. Exactly. The house manager makes life very convenient for the narcissistic male. A third one. Okay. I thought there was a third mistress that came out. Let me see if I can pull this up over here real quick. Let's see. I thought there was a third one. Third mistress. Derrick, I'm so disappointed in you. I wish I remembered how I last felt about you so I could really give an adequate breakdown. Let's see here. Oh. Hold on. Come on, internet. It says, this is on Sandra Rose. It says a third woman allegedly had a romantic fling with the self-described dating and relationship expert Derrick Jaxn, and she's an Atlanta surgeon. It says a Twitter gossip monger claims the woman is a surgeon who was allegedly knocked up by Jaxn, but she had an abortion. So this is all alleged, it looks like. So that doesn't look like it's been verified in any way. But I mean, honey, I'm not surprised, honey. I'm not. It's just it's sad that so many women are willing to accept second best. And it's also sad that so many men don't find the love in their women enough to just be faithful. And I really, honestly, guys, feel like this has something to do with the fact that they simply don't like women. And no, I'm not saying that they like men instead. What I'm saying is they don't like women. So let me explain. You have love and you have like, right? You can love somebody and not like them. You can like somebody and not love them. But here's what's interesting. Like determines whether or not you stick around. And I know a lot of you might disagree with that, but you got to think about it. I want you to meditate on that tonight. What you like determines what you keep around you more than what you love. And they don't like women is what I'm trying to tell you. It's so hard to explain. They simply do not like them. Let me see if I can think of a better example. Okay, this is it's the best I could come up with, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't like plug-in air fresheners. I can't stand them. They mess up my sinuses. And I'm also convinced they're not good for you. So I don't keep them around me. Do you understand? So if a plug-in air freshener was my natural mate, I would have a lot of problems because I don't like them. So therefore, I don't really like to be around them. I don't really like to be around them any longer than I have to be. Plug-in air fresheners, that is. But if those were my natural mates, I would have a lot of problems. Do you see? So I feel like the same way I feel about plug-in air fresheners is how a lot of men feel about women. They just don't like us. They don't like that we're not strong like them. They don't like that we get a period every month that we have to manage. They don't like, how long it takes some of us to get ready. They don't like that we don't like some of the same things they do, like sports and football and, video games. And they don't like that we don't necessarily like that. You know what I mean? They don't like what we do like. Like some of us are heavy into makeup, among other things. They don't like that. They don't like our girliness. They don't like our femininity. They don't like that we cry when we feel emotion sometimes. They don't like how sensitive we can be. They don't like us. They don't like the woman. No, not in favor of men, which is why so many of them are so angry, you guys. Just like the air freshener example. I don't like plug-in air fresheners, so I don't keep them around me. But if plug-in air fresheners were my natural mate, well, I'm going to have a lot of problems. It's the same thing. They don't like women, so they don't keep women around them, but women are their natural mate, and therefore they have a major problem on their hands. If they did like men, we probably wouldn't hear from them at all. They'd have nothing to say. They'd have a wide selection of men to choose from to fulfill their dating, romantic, emotional, all those needs would be filled by a man of his choice. But a lot of them actually don't like men. They really would like to like women, but they don't. They don't like who we are and what we are. They don't like the unchangeable things about us. They complain about it all the time. And it's like, well, if I wasn't this way, then sweetie, I would be you. I would be a man. Dave Chappelle, this was years ago. Dave Chappelle said it best. Because some guy had posted a meme. It was like, yeah, me and my girl both wear Jordans. We both play video games. We both drink beer and we both watch football games on Sundays. And he said, oh man, no, that's not what it said. It said, I'm looking for a girl who will wear Jordans with me, go shoot a few games of hoops, play video games, play Madden 365 with me, and watch football on Sunday without complaining. He said, you don't want a girlfriend, you want a boyfriend. And it was one of the first times I really understood that they don't like us. They don't like who we are and what we are. You know what I mean? And I don't think Dave Chappelle was trying to say that the guy was gay, because I don't know if I can actually say that word on YouTube or not. I don't think that's what he was saying at all. I think he was saying, if you want somebody to wear Jordans, sip beer, play basketball, play video games, and watch football with you on Sunday, dude, you don't want a girlfriend, you want a boyfriend. And God, the light bulb came on for me when I heard him make that joke. It might still be out there somewhere. I think it was Chappelle. It may not have been Chappelle, but I'm pretty sure it was Chappelle who said that. Or it might have been Cat. Was it Cat? It might have been Cat Williams who said that. I don't remember. But anyway, they don't like us, y'all. And that's part of the problem. That's why it's so hard to be faithful to us. That's why it's so hard to be kind to us. They don't like us. They treat us with contempt. They treat us like they hate us. And I really believe they do. Noted, and in many ways, often and quite often, the feeling's mutual, boo. Now, I don't have enough energy to hate all of you. I really don't. But the few of you who I'm exposed to, sometimes I'm just like, mutual. It's mutual. And it's so sad because the whole community is going to dry up. In 100 years, Black people will be like Black history because of this. I mean, we'll be in the history books. There'll be pictures and stuff to commemorate our little presence here. But what the historians and sociologists will be talking about 100 years from now is, how did a whole entire community disappear from a country? How did that happen? Where did they go? Where did all the Black people go? And they'll study it. And if this video is still out there, I hope you all use it as part of your historical studies to figure out where we all went. Self-destructed, imploded. The men and the women couldn't get along anymore. Let's see here. All right, you guys. So, oh, don't get me started on this. It says PTE, what about the sister wife situation? Listen, in this life, you got to do what makes you happy, but I just think it is the most bizarre, strange, unusual, weird, narcissistic, narky. I just, hey, again, do whatever makes you happy. I hope you don't drag kids into that, a sister wife situation. But many people do. Humans are just, I think humans were designed for one-to-one mapping, meaning one person for one person. One-to-one mapping is what I think humans were designed for. And I just don't see how there's no jealousy present, no envy, no strife. I don't share well, though. So if I want to cuddle up under him tonight, I'm cuddling up under him tonight. And I'm not arguing with you about it. So to avoid little altercations and fisticuffs, I'm just going to stay out of a sister wife style situation. I feel sorry for those women, though. It's just kind of sad. But I will, dang, this is going to take me to another video. I'll just close on this. I feel like as a culture, we are absolutely obsessed with relationships. I believe it has become an addiction for us. What once was supposed to be a, hey, this is how we keep society going. It's one of the most beautiful things in the world. You know, find your person. It has become a maddening obsession for people day in and day out. If they're not already in, okay, it's one of two things happening. If they're single, day in or day out, they're on dating apps, dating websites, dating this, dating Facebook, getting ready for a date, setting up for a date, wondering when their next date will be, where they're going to go. You know what I'm saying? Are they going to go on the second date? What about the third date? Are we going to do the adult fancy time on this date or no? You know, like constant, you guys. Then when they finally get in a relationship, all their time is spent on, how to make 10 ways to make your relationship work, 3 ways to know that your spouse is cheating, 3 ways to know that your spouse loves you. Does my relationship need to be revitalized? 3 ways to bring life and pump life back into your relationship. Is your relationship getting stale? 5 ways to bring new life into your relationship. Does my husband love me? Does my husband think I'm fat? Does my wife love me? Like constant obsession over relationships. And I think it's making people crazy. You see these little incidents, these little crime incidents that we've had here recent. At least the Atlanta one, even though we're not buying his excuse, the Atlanta little guy said, he has an adult fancy time addiction, basically. And as a result of, him needing to connect with, I'm just not saying it because of the algorithm, guys, sorry. As a result of him needing to connect with another adult in that way, he went and took out 8 people. Well, that's a constant obsession with relationships. Even if it is only focused on the adult fancy time part, it's an obsession. It's a constant, gotta get a girl, gotta get women, women, intercourse, women, dating. Do I look good enough? 3 ways to appeal to women, 4 ways to make yourself more attractive to women, 20 ways to get the attention of women, 21 ways to turn a guy off, 22 ways to turn a guy on. Like it's never ending, you guys. And I think what I'm trying to say is, oh, you just now noticed the edited message on the shirt? Y'all look at the shirt. Pay attention. There's a little extra there for you. I fixed it for him. But I don't think, I agree with you, Rebound. Prawn has a lot to do with it. I don't think this is healthy, you guys. Yes, I believe love is one of the most beautiful things you can ever experience with another person. Yes, building a long-term relationship, I believe, is one of the greatest things you can ever experience in this life. And I think it's worthwhile and I think it's worthy. I really do. But what I'm trying to tell you is there is indeed more to life than simply trying to place yourself in a relationship. There's more to it. I've always believed that these things were supposed to happen naturally. Every relationship I've ever been in has happened naturally. My high school boyfriend, I met him at a party. Somebody threw a little house party. I met him there. We were together for years. College boyfriend, I met him in the, what did we call we didn't call it the cafeteria, not the lunch hall. We had a word for it, a term for it at the school I went to, but I'll just say mess hall, even though it wasn't the mess hall, it's not the military. But I met him in the mess hall at our college, you know what I mean? On just a random day, you know what I mean? And we met, dated for years, you know what I mean? Post-college ex, met him accidentally through a friend, you know what I mean? I was just hanging out with one friend one day and we went to hang out with another set of friends and he was there and dated for years. You see what I mean? Ooh, he was so fine. God bless America. That was a fine, fine young man. Yikes. But anyway, my point is, none of those that I feverishly and aggressively and actively look, search, post, swipe right, swipe right, swipe left, swipe right. Y'all, that's not making us healthy. I don't think that's leading us to a healthy place. Then we get into relationships and then we obsess over the relationship itself. I just don't think it's supposed to be complicated like this. And I feel like if more people were able to self-actualize before they call themselves entering into these relationships, we would have better results. But that's a whole nother show for a whole nother day. So I hope you guys are satisfied with this chat. I hope it's what you were looking for. I feel like I owe you more in terms of analysis. But again, I would hate to just sit and just make up stuff just to fill the air. I pretty much said everything that I feel about it. And if I ever remember what it was that was the final catalyst that turned me off of this guy, I will come back and do a deeper analysis for you. So, but this is just my surface from the little bit that I could remember and everything that has come out since. Okay. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. I very much look forward to reading all your comments once the show uploads to YouTube. And guys and girls, don't cheat on people. Just leave, just break up. I'm telling you, if you've reached a point of dissatisfaction in your relationship where you don't want to be there anymore and someone else can actually turn your head, the most honorable thing that you can do as a man or a woman is to end the relationship. And it's going to hurt. It's painful for everybody involved, including you. But you will be able to look back and say, at least I didn't hurt somebody on purpose. At least I didn't deceive. At least I didn't lie. I told the truth. I ended the relationship and I did it the right way. That way your karma doesn't stack up. Your karma doesn't build up on you. And you can move forward in new relationships with no baggage, okay? So with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's great to see you all here. And we will talk again tomorrow. Catch the news break tomorrow at 8:00 p.m., round about the same time, okay? So take care, and we will catch up with each other again very soon, all right? Bye.